doing well, bro. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Hope everyone at home is doing well. And yeah, satisfied after a good weekend of Liverpool action. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Exactly as well. Um, let's get into the game. Obviously, Liverpool winning 3-0 at Anfield in the FA Cup. Thoughts on the game drift in general? How do you think we did?
I enjoyed the game. If I'm being honest with you, I don't even think there's really anything negative that can come out of that game other than maybe one or two players who could have maybe started the game. That would have been
Hmm.
a little bit better in terms of like getting some game time and getting to understand whether they're quite ready or not.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm talking about players like Neoni, Rio, Ramsey. Those players could have maybe got more minutes than they did, or possibly even got a start, and then that would have maybe kind of given us a bit of understanding in case we're ever, God forbid, forced to play them. But at the same time, I understand where Slot was coming from with this game, and I think anyone who tried to find fault with this game has to just look at themselves for a second and be like, "No, I'm just doing this out of dislike," because
Hmm.
there wasn't really anything I think you can point your finger at to have a negative thing about Slot from this. Because if we'd have gone out because we'd rested players, everybody would have crashed out because it's one of our only possible. I think it's the only realistic trophy we can win.
Yeah.
If you said to me, what can Liverpool realistically win, then I would probably say the FA Cup is a lot more realistic than the Champions League. And
Hmm.
we want to win something this season, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of had to go strong. He did.
Hmm.
And anyone who's not understanding that, I think, is just being unnecessarily harsh or looking for a reason to still crash out on the manager. So what I'm gonna do, Ram, from here till the end of the season, because I know he's not going anywhere, is I'm gonna remove myself from the do I want him here or not conversation.
Yeah.
Um, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna treat him like how you'd probably treat a stepdad. As long as he doesn't hit my mum and as long as he doesn't cheat on her, my mum ain't gonna get rid of him. So whether I get on with him or not is besides the point, innit? We live in the
Wow.
same house. If I'm angry at him being here every day, I'm just living an angry existence while he gets on with his life. So what's the point
Mhm.
in me being angry all the time? There's a saying, and a lot of people may not know this: forgiveness is not for the person who you're forgiving. Forgiveness is for you because you're the
Yeah.
one who carries the anger and the burden. Most of
Mm.
the time, the other person doesn't even know or doesn't care. So at the moment, even though I'm super annoyed at where we are, I forgive Slot. I'm not gonna get angry every day of every week. I'm just gonna get on with it. And it was just good to win and go through to the next round.
Yeah, I feel like this whole slot in and slot out stuff has really divided the fan base. Like I know I saw on the replay the Coppish stuff, and a couple of times whenever you want to give credit to the guy, everyone hits you with the, "Oh, are you slot in now?" Or "Do you think the manager's turned a corner?" Or are you going to apologize to slot? And I'm like, you can still you can still praise the guy on things that he does right, but you can also still believe that the guy's taking you as far as you can think he can. And
Exactly.
I feel like and you know what? I blame the Arsenal crowd. And it's not the first time I've done this, but the Wenger in and Wenger out stuff really started it. The social media stuff.
That's
Um,
true, actually. That is actually true.
the whole thing with that really snowballed into, is are you the manager in or manager out kind of stuff, and the chaos around that has made it so unbearable, where whenever someone will praise the manager,
Mm,
whenever the manager does something good, the fans wouldn't want to praise him because it will sound as if they're going against what he's going against their own beliefs. When it's like, no, you're analyzing a game um out of any context regarding what's happening. You're only analyzing what's happening in that game, in that moment, in that
mm,
90 minutes that we saw. You could take out your beliefs about the manager or the overall context of the season. If you're analyzing a game in itself, the only thing you should care about is what happened on the pitch throughout that 90 minutes,
mm.
and forget about outside noise. when people ask you the question of, do you think the manager could turn it around? That's when you'll be like, look, I've seen this story before. I don't think he could turn it around. But solely on the 90 minutes, keep it within the football pitch. Keep it within what the manager did on the pitch, tactics, everything.
Yeah.
And for me, Drift, you talk about the game. Majority of the stuff that he did on that game, I couldn't fault. We played a lot better than in the last couple of games. We looked as though we were a little bit more direct and a little bit more driven to actually go and get some more goals in this game, which was a throwback to last season in that regard. But again, if we're talking about the overall perspective, I've seen Liverpool catfished their way to getting wins and then losing the next game throughout the entire season. So I'm going to hold judgment until I see consistency on a regular basis. So in 5 games time where we're winning comfortably or winning 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, I will give the credit to the manager and be like, okay, maybe something has changed or the corner has been turned a little bit. But for the time being, it's a great win, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I've already got ahead of myself once with the Aston Villa and the Real Madrid game. I am not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again.
No, I hear that. I hear that. And again, like I said, I don't think being happy about one individual game should even be considered getting ahead of yourself. It's just I'm enjoying the moment. Honestly, if I'm not allowed to enjoy any moment when we do win without having like a bombardment of and like acting like there's an ulterior motive behind backing the player, then let's be honest, bro. What is the point in watching the rest of the season? Because you're basically just telling me that I'm not allowed to enjoy anything if I'm slot out. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's basically what you're telling me. Like, I can't enjoy any part of the remainder of the season because then that means that I can't be slot out because you thought something was good about that game. So if you think something's good about that game, you're giving credit to Slot. And giving credit to Slot must mean you want him to stay. Like, it's so hyperbolic, bro. Like, everybody in the football universe has really got to just take 2 steps back and calm down. In general, I know there are other fan bases that are way worse at doing it. I think, you know, those fan bases don't even need to be named and shamed. But I do think it is really weird to like be criticized for being positive because it somehow then means that you support the manager. No, I just thought that game was good. And you know what's crazy as well? Do you know what this proves? Yeah. This proves that we're going to end up with a scenario where we're going to have certain fans, and I'm not even going to name names, but if you know, you already know who I'm probably referring to as an example. Yeah, because I don't want to do the shady thing. So I'm not going to say names. But there are people in the football space, in the football YouTube space, and they are so hell-bent on being right and not being able to take if they're wrong, that even when their team is winning, they'll still find an excuse to run the agenda, to keep the negativity, to keep the criticism, to keep on doing whatever. And you almost feel like they're waiting for it to go wrong so they can go, I told you. What did I tell you? I think that's weird. I have no idea why you want to be that way. And it also means that you're saying you can't change your mind. So I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I think there's so many people in our fan base that have gone so far left now. There's no way back for them. And let's say Slot managed to turn this around and get back to the first 6 months, so-called, of what he was playing. Because I just think we were good last season in general. But people keep on telling me we were crap from January onwards. I'm like, don't gaslight me. I have eyes. I watched the season. Like, don't gaslight me. But your standard is your standard, whatever, your opinion. But let's just go with a common consensus that cannot be changed, which is the first 6 months of the season, we were scintillating, right? We're amazing. We only lost that one game to Nottingham Forest, and then we rectified that immediately. That was a fluke, right? And then we ran on and we're brilliant up until the turn of the year. That is the number one thing everybody in the fan base agrees on without question. And then after that, everybody, you know, as whatever. If Slot pulled it around, bro, and ended up playing like we did in that first 6 months last year when we won the title, do you know how many people in his fan base would be reluctant to admit they're wrong and get behind him and would still want to run this rhetoric that now I want him out? And bro, what kind of toxic bullshit is that? Like, I'm never going to be that way. I can admit if I'm wrong about something, and I can, without it being flip-flopping, change my opinion and turn it round. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was one of the biggest critics of Szoboszlai in the first season. I thought his first season was dreadful. I actually think his first season was possibly one of the worst debut seasons I've ever seen from a player at Liverpool. But I always put the caveat, but he's talented, and that's why I'm more annoyed at what's happening here, more so than I don't think he's good enough anymore. And then last season, he turned it round, and I hold my hands up. I was like, do you know what? Szoboszlai is one of our most important players now. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy for him. I'm so glad he's changed it around. Do you know what I mean? Bang. There you go. He's not under the microscope anymore. Boom. And then this season, but he's took it to a whole nother level.
Exactly.
Why can't people just be willing to go, you know what? He was bad then, but he's good now. So, you know what? I was wrong, or I changed my mind, or he turned it around. I just find it strange that people are just so unwilling to just give a little bit of praise for one game or a few run of games than just like the Bournemouth game. Generally speaking, that was a lot of Virgil and the players making individual mistakes. The Man City game, come on. It was clearly an Alisson mistake why we lost that game.
Yeah.
But it's just, nope, crash it on the manager. It's always the manager's fault. Every time something goes wrong, right. And then if we win, yeah, we might have got the points, but this is turgid to watch. I was so bored. Right? Fucking hell, but do you want perfection? So, again, this is just my opinion. Everybody can support however they want. But the reason I'm saying this publicly is because I'm sick of people telling me I can't be positive or accusing me of things that aren't true or acting like I would even give a shit. Ram, you know me already, but if I was still slotting, you think I'd be scared to admit it?
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Do I look weak? Do you know what I mean? Have I ever displayed weakness ever in the whole time I've been doing this? If I believe in something, I stand on it. So if I was slotting, I would tell you that I was slotting, just like I did in October and November when I said I'm still not slot out yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't scared to admit I'm different from everyone. I live on being different. It's what makes me me. So I'm telling people this because I'm just saying, stop projecting your shit on me. Stop telling me how I should support Slot or how I should support the club and trying to act like it's a derogatory thing to say, you're still slot in. Even if I was, so what?
Exactly. Imran says it here. Imran says it. Drifty's right. It's always two left or two right. There's no balance at all. And that's the thing.
100%.
There is no balance. It's always, and it always goes with debates. And even in like footballer debates, whenever you say one person's better than another player, oh, do you think that player is crap or anything like that? I'm like, bro, no. I think that player's quality. It's just that I think this player X, is better than player Y. It's as simple as that. People take it to the nth degree, man. And I feel like this entire football space has always been about extremities and wanting to have the key, like the buzzwords being there, like slot out, Liverpool crap, all that kind of stuff. When no,
I told you so. That's what people love to do the most in football YouTube. I told you so.
Yeah, I told you. I told you Arne Slot isn't that kind of manager. I'm like, okay, cool. If he's not the manager, then cool. I'll hold my hands up. I still think the guy needs to put aside his ego and do what's best for the football club. Don't play. I think your style of football don't work in England, so you got to find a way to find the best out of these players. And that's my opinion on it. And look, if anyone has a differing opinion, then 100%, I'll hear it out, man. I'll hear it out. It's our style of play that makes me slot out. If he can make us play like that for the last few games all the time, I would take it back. Exactly, and that's what we're saying.
Exactly. And that is completely balanced and fair. Completely balanced and fair.
And I think a lot of Liverpool fans would say the same thing. A lot of Liverpool fans would say, look, the style of play that this guy wants don't work. It don't work for Liverpool. We need to do better. And the reason why so many people slot out is because it's the fact that they don't think he's going to change. They think he's going to be stubborn enough. And look, I hear it. I haven't had an inkling where he'll be like, look, I'm going to put my ego aside and do what's best for the team. I haven't seen it yet. But if I do see it, I'm going to be like, cool. You put that aside. Let's move on and let's try and get the big trophies again. And that's
another thing as well, Ram. Yeah, I understand that the football has been hard to watch. Yeah, and it's become unenjoyable. I do understand that. But if we take the slot situation out of it, when you get to this part of the season, when you get to February, March, You know what I mean? Like, we're halfway through February now. So when you get to this point, like March, and it's only like 2 or 3 months left of the season, and it's starting to get to that like business end. That's what we call this right now. We call this the business end of the season, right? Don't most people always say it ain't about performances, it's just about results? Isn't that what the rhetoric normally is in football when you get to the business end? I don't care how we do it, just get the 3 points. I don't care how we do it, just get the win. Do you think anybody cares whether they win a Champions League final on penalties? No, you won.
No.
You're the champion. You lifted the trophy. So ain't it a bit strange now that we're winning, but people still want to run that I don't enjoy the watching part? Because I get it, because we've suffered for so long where we didn't enjoy watching it. But at this point right now, where all we need is 5th or higher to make sure we're in the Champions League, and all we need to do is, I don't even care if we roughhouse our way to a trophy this season. If that is how the season is to end, what are you complaining about at this point? I got it in November, October, February, December. Like, I've got it. But once we get to March, onwards, I really don't want to hear anybody moaning about the style of play if the 3 points are on the board. Because that point there is just about Champions League football for next season or winning a trophy. I don't care if I shithouse my way through every Premier League game now. As long as we get top 5, I don't care. At this point right now it ain't about entertainment anymore. Now it's just about getting the job done. Because we start playing nice, attractive football, but we don't win, ain't no one going to care we're playing well. Trust me, Ram. Then they'll just switch the narrative to suit that agenda. They won't. Exactly. If we start playing the most beautiful football ever, but we're still not winning, no one's going to say, but at least we're playing well. Everyone's going to say, nah, he fucked up. We didn't get top 4. You know what I mean? Etc. etc. So from March onwards, I don't really want to hear about style of play anymore. I just want, as long as we win. If we win, I don't want to hear about the style of play. I just want it to be, we've got the 3 points. And, if we get the bonus of we played well and we enjoyed the game, hallelujah.
Exactly, man. And look, fair play, Peter G. Look, I think that's been your prerogative for quite a while. I never wanted slot in the first place, so for me, I'll always be slot out no matter what. Fair enough. As in, like, if you didn't want the guy in the first place, then
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Peter. The only thing I'll say that's weird about that is, if you was never slot in, so you'll always be slot out, what you're doing then is saying that you've actually got like an agenda against that person to the point where it is irrelevant what they do or say. You'll always, so like, let's just say Slot won the Champions League last year and did a double. Would you have still been slot out? Because I think it's wild to be slot out about a manager who just won a double. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that wouldn't even make any sense. So like, just be careful when you're saying, because I didn't want him, it means I'm always slot out, because basically that's like saying, unless you like the person, you don't want them here. And I don't think you should always run that rhetoric, especially in football, because unless the person has done something like they're a racist or they're homophobic or they do something where it's like about morality, I think you have to have room to change the opinion of that person. Do you get where I'm coming from, Ram? It's like I can understand if someone's racist, someone's homophobic, if somebody's a bigot. If someone's doing things that fuck with your morality, like Suarez, for example, or like Bernardo Silva, or some of the players that I dislike, then it's like, you know what? I ain't never changing because he's a piece of shit. Do you get what I'm saying? But if it's purely just because of the way they play or their style and stuff like that, you can't just always be, I don't want that person here, even if they're doing well, because that's a weird agenda. Do you get what I mean? That's a very weird agenda. So even if they're doing well, you don't want them here just because you don't like them. What's the reason you don't like them, though, if they're doing well? Like, do you know what I mean? That just confuses me. So, Peter, I'd just be careful with I never wanted you here in the first place, so I'm always going to be like, do you know what I mean? Because I've changed my mind on a lot of players that have signed for Liverpool based on that. Like, I didn't want them when they first got here. And then afterwards, I'm like, you know what? He's all right, isn't it? You know what I mean? And then you change your mind, like, because he's playing well.
I mean, a Premier League title does help. A Premier League title does help. Say, like, he's a good manager, I don't care what Slot does. His football style is dead. It's been dead for over 12 months plus. I just don't think it works in the Premier League. Like, the total football died a long time ago. It got battered by Germany. Got battered by Germany back in the 70s. Then Milan destroyed it in the 90s. So,
and you know what? It isn't even necessarily just about the team, about the league. Sorry, it can be about the team. Like, for example, Ram, Every Arsenal fan you speak to will tell you that Unai Emery's a crap manager. I don't see, and his football didn't work. I don't see any issues at Aston Villa. So,
I
is it
will
the Premier
say,
League, or was it just the club he was at? Maybe he didn't fit the club he was at. Maybe it isn't even just about the league. Maybe it's about the club he's at. What if Slot went to Newcastle and all of a sudden started doing well? But what if he goes Tottenham, and he does well? Then what will people say? Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it might just be the league. The team he's at.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I probably think it is the league. I think stylistically, the way he wants to play is a bit too rough and ready in the Premier League for it. But Arsenal fans told us that Emery's style of football didn't work, and look what he's done at Villa. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think you can always run that. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I don't think you can always run that. Nuno's another brilliant example. Excellent at Wolves, excellent at Nottingham Forest, doing a brilliant job so far at West Ham, failed at Tottenham. It has to just be that team didn't suit the way he wanted to play.
Or it's the level drift. It's the level. Like it's the old saying, horses for courses, right? You just need to be a certain character to be a manager of the likes of Liverpool. Like even United, even to say United, that's been the big issue for United. It's been having the manager that has the character, has the ability to manage a team like Manchester United, the stature that they are. And it's just different gravy. That's why we give so much credit to the likes of your Fergies, your Klopps, your Peps, because they are the managers that manage at the top level and manage the big teams, that the expectations are so high that even if you have a failure of a season, there's a chance that the club don't want you no more. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing. Of course, Ryan has to be here with his agenda. We've been speaking about agendas, the agenda-driven madness that he has.
So
about Alisson.
This isn't sarcasm or a joke, you know?
It's agenda. It's an agenda.
Wow.
I know why.
Brazilian goalkeeper.
Look, I'll tell you this, yeah. This goes for both Alisson and Courtois, because I think both of them before this season, they were beyond any other goalkeeper in the world. Donnarumma only had that season where you could put him up there. Those two have become human now. I'll be real. Those two have become human, because I've seen Courtois for Real Madrid. He still does the crazy stuff like he did against us. Ali's still done the crazy stuff that he did for us this season. But they're no longer the two incredible goalkeepers that were far and away the best goalkeepers in the world.
But you know what, Ryan. Sorry, I don't want to. Is it Ryan or Ryan?
Ryan.
I'm gonna be real, Ryan. I'm not even trying to like call you out your name or whatever. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But bro, in this, I know it's difficult to articulate itself texting. Like, obviously, I get it, but you have to explain that. You cannot just make a blanket statement like that in front of everyone without explanation. You have to be held to the same thing that we are, like as content creators, because that's the thing in it, Ram. When we say things, people always try and hold us accountable. But people in the chat can say what they want, and it's like there's no accountability. That's not how life works. So if you're going to make a statement like that, I need you to clearly indicate, because it would be easy, right? If he's been shocking this season, you can give me 10 bullet points right now of why he's been shit and name the games he's been shitting. I don't even think Rian could tell me 5 games Alisson's been shitting to back up that statement.
He says he's been shocking this season.
Like seriously, and the Man City one don't count. That's too obvious, and it was the other day. Name me 5 games Alisson has been shitting.
Ryan, the Gordon has been thrown by Drifty. I need you to put those 5 games in the chat, please. If you could do that, that would be great. I'll still say this. Alisson, has he gotten a little bit worse this season? Yes. However, the level that we set for Alisson was like Buffon or Neuer levels. And even at some point, Neuer went back to his usual style, back to the norm of world-class level when he started to get a little bit older. And it's just going to be the same for Alisson. It's just going to be the same for him. And to expect a goalkeeper to be the best in the world from like 27 to 38, that space is only reserved for Gigi Buffon. That's it. Because even Neuer, who for me is arguably the greatest goalkeeper of all time, in his mid-30s, he was a bit, he was a bit shaky. He was a bit shaky. People used to call him a madman for going out of his goal for no reason when didn't have the legs for it anymore.
But before the Man City game, there was not one complaint about Alisson, and then he makes that mistake in the game, and all of a sudden he's crap. I don't get it. I'm so confused.
Alisson, he claims Alisson's kicking has been diabolical this season. He isn't commanding from corners. He's not saved goals that he should have saved.
Respectfully, that's all wrong. That's all wrong. His kicking hasn't been diabolical. Have there been games where he hasn't had great distribution? Yeah, there has been some. But everybody can't be flawless all the time. He's 100% commanding from corners. Alisson comes and catches and punches. Remember when I said to you, people actually are so used to Alisson doing what he does. I don't think they're actually realizing other goalies don't do it. Like catching shots instead of palming them away. I don't think people understand the things that Ali does and makes it look easy. You know when the ball skids up off the turf, for an example? Do you know how many goalies spill that? Ali just bang, catches it, boom, straight away. Do you know how many goalies that bounces back off and spills back into the danger zone? Alisson does so many things that I think people take. He'll catch things or just knock something over the bar and everyone go, easy save. No, it was his footwork. It was his positioning. He put himself in a way for that save to be easy. A lot of goalies are scrambling because their footwork isn't great or the positioning isn't great. The only thing Alisson isn't good at is saving penalties. That is it. That is his only flaw.
He used to be good at them. Now he's just not good at them anymore. I don't
think he's ever been good at saving penalties.
Because remember from like 2021 from 2020 to 2023, he used to save quite a few penalties, like Jared Bowen against West Ham at home. The FA Cup final when he had to save it.
Final, surprisingly.
There was another one. Remember when in COVID, Thiago gave away a penalty, which to be fair, it shouldn't have been a penalty in my opinion. And he ended up saving Kai Havertz's penalty as well. Like he used to save a lot of penalties, but now I don't know what's happened to him, but he's not been able to save one at all. Big up Benjamin, man. Alisson is brilliant, but he isn't the best in the world anymore. I think Donnarumma is the best, and that's a fair point. And fun fact, I know Ben, you didn't say anything about Ali in terms of catching the ball. He's not very commanding himself. For a guy that's 6'6", he's not very commanding in the penalty area. He does like to flap a lot. Like in the game, he flapped out a lot of crosses that he shouldn't have flapped out.
And this is what I'm saying. With all due respect to Benjamin, and big up Benjamin because he's always a real one. I don't think Donnarumma is the best. I just think that's recency bias, which fans need to kind of understand. Football fans suffer from it a lot without even realizing. It's recency bias. Go back to this time last year, yeah, and look at the goal Donnarumma let in against Elliott when we were away at Paris Saint-Germain.
Parc de France, yeah.
At that moment, Donnarumma wasn't even considered a top 5 goalie, never mind the best. Yeah, and then he goes on to have that brilliant end of campaign that he does. Moves to City. He's been brilliant since he's been at City for the most part. Absolutely changed around his form. Made me stop thinking he's a liability the way I used to. And he's in brilliant form. Absolutely. But that doesn't make him the best. Just because he's in a bit of form. This is exactly the same thing people told me about Mendy when he went Chelsea. And I said to everyone, calm down. Mendy for 6 months to a year. Mendy was great at Chelsea. Everyone's like, he's so amazing. He's better than Ali. And I was like, hold on, what the hell? What are we doing here? Where's Mendy now? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you just like, and I'm not saying Donnarumma's going to do that because Donnarumma before PSG was a good goalie.
Yeah, he was very highly rated.
Maybe at PSG, he just said that. But what I'm saying is, you can't be out of form for a couple of months and then all of a sudden you're not the best anymore. It doesn't work like that. You've got to actually be bad for a really long time before you can go, yeah, you're not the best anymore. It can't be form because form comes and goes. That's how football is. It's the same reason now people are saying sell Mo. Why? Because he's having about 9 years and he's having a bad season and you're just ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater because he's having a bad season. If he'd have left us last year, you'd have called him a traitor. But because he's having a bad season now, you want to dash him out. He's not falling off a cliff. He's just having a bad season. It happens. These men ain't robots.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy to me. Did Mo look like he's got no physical attributes left anymore yesterday in that game for you, bro? I see him running past people. I see him.
Kadioglu ain't no slouch. Kadioglu's fast himself.
This is
I'll
what
tell
I'm saying.
you
I
that.
saw strength. You know what I mean? Like, he's just having a bad season. He's done. He's finished. Sell him. If Saudi come back in, accept it. Whoa. What? Mo ain't allowed a bad season? What is going on? Like, do you know, like, bro, it's crazy to me. And again, I'm not policing how you support the club, but if you say it in public, we can talk about it. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? I'm not just picking on people. You've said it in public, so now we can talk about it. And I just think it's mad. But I don't know. It's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy, but
Ryan has also said, where is it? It just went after 1 second. It just went. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get it right back up. Can I get it right up? Alice obviously used to be world class, but those days are gone now, in his opinion. I think it's very, very premature.
That's harsh, Ryan. I'm never gonna lie. That is extremely harsh.
And on that, to be fair, me and Drifty were doing the watch along with Matt. You see that goal that Madueke scored? Do you remember that goal, Drift?
Yeah. But I mean, I still think it was a little bit harsh to blame Kelleher for that because he had to change direction. I just think you got to give credit to the header.
Yeah.
But if Alisson at that, and I guess it'd be because he's washed now.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, that kind of stuff. And I spoke to Prime on multiple occasions. Big up Prime. If you see the guy for Ireland, it's a bit suspect. He's very, very suspect when he plays for Ireland.
I still rate Kelleher, though. I like Kelleher.
I know, you know me. I like Kelleher, bro. But I think to say that we should have kept him and got rid of Ali, I think is a bit mad, in my opinion. Absolutely.
Oh, no. Ryan was saying we should have kept him instead of buying Mamardashvili, which I not agree with. As in, I like that we bought Mamardashvili, but I would have preferred if Mamardashvili went and played one more season on a loan at a good club and we'd kept Kelleher. I do, because I think
he don't rate
perfect stylistic replacement for Alisson.
He don't rate Mamardashvili either. Man called him the Georgian.
No, I rate him. I just think Kelleher's better than him.
No, Ryan doesn't. He called him the Georgian buffoon.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
Georgian, no, but Georgian Buffon can't.
No, not Buffon. Not Buffon.
Oh, sorry, did I say buffoon? Sorry. Oh,
yeah. I wish it said Georgian Buffon, but nah, man, no. It was, yeah.
That's why, Ryan, you're being wild today, G. You're being wild today, bro. I'm never gonna lie.
Promo. You know what? I hear this at this moment in time. Kelleher at this moment.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Is better.
I think Kelleher is better than Mama. Yeah, I do.
But I do believe that Mamardashvili, his ceiling will be higher than what we saw of Kelleher.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because of what I've seen. I think I've seen a couple of times for Valencia. I've heard about his name as flying about in La Liga. Also saw him play for Georgia as well, and he's always been reliable for them, especially in that Euros. He was very, very good, very, very good, and he's still very, very young, man. Well, how old is he? 24, 25? That's still a baby for a goalkeeper. He's still learning at this minute. I think 26, 27. If he doesn't improve next season, then I'm gonna have a little bit of concern about him. I'm gonna have a little bit of a concern.
Yeah. You know, big up Heskey. He's pointed out that's the thing I think people are allowed to be annoyed at Salah for this season was the way he handled that situation when he just threw his toes out the pram because he'd been dropped. That was that was unnecessary. That was when it was like, no, Salah's got to be criticized for that. That really made Liverpool look weird at a time when we didn't need any more attention on us. Do you know what I mean? I didn't like the way he did that. I didn't like that. That part there was wrong. But yeah, outside of that, I think you can't go too far the other way and then be like what Hassam's doing, where he's defending him at all costs and just not accepting when there's a true reality. You can't go and do it and do that. Do you know what I mean? Because like he's actually unwilling to accept that Mo's been bad. That part there is an agenda in the other direction, isn't it? That's when it's like, well, you're being like delusional. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna turn around and say that you don't think that he's played poorly this season or he's been better than other players, then you're being delusional, and that's different. That's going too far in the other way. But generally speaking, I think the only thing really Mo should have been super criticized for was that statement he made. Outside of that, I think gentle criticism is completely fine, but he's allowed to have a bad season in terms of like this whole get rid of him and he's not good enough. And it just sounds like the rivals who've been waiting for this because they've been jealous of him for the last decade, pretty much. So they've just been waiting till they can put him under. Do you know what I mean? Like, we know how the rivals are. They've been waiting to say Mo's not good anymore.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, they've been chomping at the bit, bro, to say that he ain't good anymore. Because they're jealous that he's been the best player in the league since he got here, pretty much. Especially for consistency. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just leave them to it, man. Just leave them to it. It ain't... The juice ain't worth the squeeze anymore, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Entertaining the complete over-the-top criticizing of players when they're out of form. It's like McAllister. I'm not going to lie, bro. The things I've heard people say about McAllister are borderline disrespectful, bro. Like, it's weird. It's so weird. Like, he was so good last year. And all of a sudden now he's just this piece of shit. Get rid of him because he's having a bad season.
That's what I'm saying.
What if we'd actually have got rid of Szoboszlai after that bad season?
Who knows? But I mean, this season would have been done. We would have been done for this season, man.
Imagine. Because that was one thing I 100% made sure I always added every time I was criticizing him during that first season. I rate the guy. He's just got to turn this around. Never once did I say sell him, get rid of him. He shouldn't be here. It's wild when people say a player who's having a bad season, get rid of him, if they've got proof they're good. You know what I mean? And McAllister has got 2 or 3 years behind him minimum of proving he's a top player.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden he's having a bad season. Get him out. Get rid of him. Not good enough. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Would you guys have been happy if we sold Ali? This is a question from Promo. Would you guys have been happy if we sold Ali last summer and got Donnarumma? I love Ali, but he's so bad at saving penalties. It's frustrating.
No chance. Absolutely no chance.
Do you know what, Promo? I'm not going to do... Obviously, hindsight is a very wonderful thing, but I know, because I said this at the time, I was still unsure whether he was going to maintain this quality. Because I remember Italy Euro 2021. He was fantastic that tournament. The best goalkeeper, arguably one of the best players in that tournament. But when he moved to PSG, when he was meant to take that step up, he looked horrible, bro. Horrible. And my main question was, is that Champions League run the same thing as what Euro 2021 was? And that was the main question mark I had. Obviously, he's proven me wrong because he's still maintained that level. But if you're going to tell me at the time, I can't. I'll say this at the time. I just didn't think it would have been right to do that. And let's not forget, Liverpool against PSG. People forget PSG away. Alisson was one of the reasons why. Heck, we had ex-players telling us that's one of the greatest goalkeeping performances of all time in the Champions League, in Champions League history. Like, again, like it's the not the results-based analysis, but it's the what's happening lately analysis is what people tend to do, man.
Yeah.
And they forget.
And he's being peppered this season, which he's not used to as well, because we've been poor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been poor. Like a lot of the if you actually listen to a lot of the fan base this season, Van Dijk should go, Salah should go, Alisson should go, McAllister should go, Gravenberch should go, Gakpo should go, Ramsey should go. Who else is there? Some people even saying Jones should go.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. But you can't get rid of an entire.
So who are we keeping?
No one, apparently. Apparently, no one.
Issa Ekitike, Verts. Who? Ibu. They say get rid of Ibu as well. He's not worth the contract. Who are we keeping then?
Wirtz.
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai, Ekitike. Is that it then? And they're the only 4 worthy of staying. And then the youngsters. Is that it?
Yeah.
Because I've heard people saying all the others aren't good enough. Ibu's not good enough. Virgil ain't good enough anymore. Salah ain't good enough anymore. Alisson isn't good enough anymore. Robinson isn't good enough anymore. Oh, yeah, keep Kirkes. And that's only now. People have said get rid of Kirkes a couple months ago as well. Bradley ain't good enough and he's injury prone. Frimpong isn't good enough and he's injury prone. Yeah, Salah not good enough anymore. McAllister not good enough anymore. Gravenberch ain't good enough anymore. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
So just get rid of everyone.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing. Big up Nino as well, man. He said he's on the Hussam stuff. Nah, Drifty. Hussam called Salah out when he played poorly. He put Sobo and Eki above Salah. He defends Salah because too many have an agenda, no matter how he plays, good or bad.
The only reason, Nino, I disagree with that is because I've been on streams with Hussam and he's been putting down other players to prop up Salah, and that's when I think it was just too far.
Yeah,
like with Gakpo and Virgil. Like, as bad as those two have been in comparison to what we're used to, they have definitely had a better season than Salah. Especially Virgil. Like, it isn't even a question who's had a better season out of Virgil and Salah. So I just don't like that Hassam's dragging down a player to prop up a player. And we had that discussion, and I said it to him when we was talking. Like, you can prop Salah without bringing down another player. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. You don't need to. And I also do think that when 90% of the people are saying that he's been bad, then he's bad. If it's 50-50 and it's an opinion, then fair enough. But 90% of the football world, Salah's been bad this season.
Including Liverpool fans as well. And those are Liverpool fans that rate him. Like myself, I've called him out on multiple occasions, being like, yo, bro, the performances aren't good enough, man. It's not good enough. And you haven't been playing well this season, man. But there we go. Big up as well. Promo, as Promo says, smash the like, people. There's about 110 people in the chat, man. Only 47 likes. Let's get it to a minimum of 75 likes, people. If you can do that, everybody, as well. We spent far too long in that first segment. Thank you very much, Ryan. I appreciate that. Drift the game. Szoboszlai, the main man here, as you can see right here. Arguably another man. We didn't get man of the match in the game. It went to Curtis Jones, but a lot of people have been speaking very highly about Szoboszlai, especially in the media. I don't know if you've heard Tony Cascarino's comments about him. It's kind of a
no, I haven't seen any. No.
So he said this on TalkSport last night. I'd love to know what Liverpool fans thought, because I think him and Gerrard, they ain't a lot in it. I think they're pretty close. Steven Gerrard at 25, 26 was amazing. He dragged the team a bit, like Szoboszlai has done this season.
Yeah, Cascarino's not a Liverpool fan, so he can say something like that without realising the consequences of his actions.
Exactly.
Everyone in the Liverpool fan base knows, hold your horses there, buddy. Calm down. Yeah. Szoboszlai is an absolute G, and we love him. But he is not Gerrard. Like, that's... Do you know what's crazy, Ram, yeah? I don't think rivals actually know how good Gerrard was. Like, he went dunking on all their head tops for 15 years. Like, ain't it crazy how much people don't actually realize how good Gerrard was?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, bro, like I was scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, and I was watching all these like ex players talking about Steven Gerrard, like people like Maldini and Totti and Zidane. They were just, the way that they were talking about Steven Gerrard, I'm like, bro, do people actually realize how good this guy was? How good he was, how technically gifted he was. He was the epitome of a midfielder that had everything in his game. You know what? The only thing he didn't have was probably the trickery or the skills or the agility, because he was 6 foot. He was built like he probably weighed about 88 kg, and was all about pace and power. That's always been his game. Like, expecting him to do the trickery and kind of stuff and look so elegant, only that's reserved for Zinedine Zidane. That's the only guy I can think of that can do that in the modern game. But if you're talking about passing ability, shooting ability, defensive ability, leadership, you're talking flair at times, the crossing ability, all the fundamentals to play the central midfield role, he had it. And people forget how good technically this guy was, because they think of the guy that was box to box, up and down the pitch, played right back in the Champions League final, scored a couple goals. They forget, and scored a couple of long range shots as well. They forget how technically gifted the guy was, man. And the one thing I will say, Steven Gerrard could play at 10. Szoboszlai last season at 10 weren't getting the numbers that Steven Gerrard were getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, but I mean, now we can possibly say it was down to tactics and instruction. We
oh,
could say that might have been the reason. And the reason why I say that now isn't hindsight. It is because he's shooting now. Last season, he weren't shooting. He's shooting now. Do you get what I'm saying? So maybe it was instruction why he was doing what he was doing last year. You never know.
That's the one thing, because I know Promo's here. Promo, because I've said that Promo was on the stream with Montel when I spoke with him. Big up Monts. The one thing I want this guy to do, and I think I've said this to you and the Coppish boys on multiple occasions, the guy needs to be more instinctive. The guy needs to rely on his instinct a lot more, because the guy has the technical ability and has the quality, but bro, he doesn't take any risk and he's not instinctive. What does he do this season? He's taking more risk. You know what? That free kick against Arsenal, I think, got a lot of self-belief after that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I think last season might have been about confidence as well, deferring to other players, especially Mo, because maybe he weren't feeling himself as much. Maybe he was tired because he's always doing the dog work. So maybe, because remember, a lot of the time, boxers tell you this a lot. Fitness isn't even just about can you run around. Fitness is actually about training your brain how to cope when you're tired and still make the right decisions while you're tired. So the amount of dog work Szoboszlai was doing last year, there might have been a lot of times when his brain just wasn't quite working properly because he was exhausted all the time. You know what I mean? That can play a role in it. You know, they always say a boxer doesn't get knocked out because he's poor. He gets knocked out because he's tired. And you stop thinking. Split second, you don't block that shot, or you know what I mean? Like, so that could have been part of it, but I think it could have been down to instructions. But the confidence thing could definitely be playing a part in that for sure. Maybe it's and that was because he was coming off the back of a poor season. Because in his first season, let's get it right, Szoboszlai was horrendous.
Oh yeah,
he was really bad in his first year, Ram. Like apart from the first month, he was really bad in his first year at Liverpool. Like he was really bad.
The first couple of months, it was almost as if he was teasing us, because my man played in central midfield, remember Wolves defensive midfield as well. Man, he played at right back at times. Like he played everywhere, and we saw the quality. Then after that, by God, I think it was after the Leicester game where he scored that banger from the outside the box. He just went on a bad run of just not even doing the defensive work at the highest ability. And I'm like, yo, what is going on, man? What is going on with this player?
But he was 22. He was adapting to the league. I was told that him and his girlfriend split up. I guess that does play a part. And whatever he went through, and he was terrible. He really was poor in that first season for the most part. But the way he's turned it around has been absolutely sensational, and credit to him. And like you said, bro, he's 24, coming up 25 now. He's growing, he's maturing, he's becoming, you know, he's just, I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. He might be our most important player at this moment.
A lot of people have been saying this as well. Is he the best central midfielder in the world at the minute? Obviously, take out Pedri. Pedri is Pedri.
I mean, yeah, because I was going to say
central midfielder in the league. Central midfielder in the league. Sorry.
This comes back to the conversation where it'll be about form. So we're talking about talent. No, Szoboszlai is not the best player in the world. The best midfielder in the world. He's not even the best midfielder in the league. If we're talking about talent.
Yeah.
But we're talking about form. Yes, he's the best midfielder in the Premier League. Yeah, definitely. This season, I'll be hard pressed for anybody to find anyone who's performing as consistently as he has with outcome as well. Because at first it was just the hard work and the effort and the flexibility between all the different roles in the squad he was asked. But now his productivity is on smash as well. He's getting assists, he's scoring goals, vital goals, winning goals. Dead ball specialist now almost. Like, so there's so much more to his game now. So on form, yes, I'm sorry, you aren't bringing me the cliches. Don't bring me no Caicedo or Declan Rice, or they're buzzwords to me at this point. You're just saying things because their talent is there. And even with the Declan Rice thing, I know people are going to say it's because I don't like Arsenal. Even on the talent thing, I still think Declan Rice is nowhere near what he's propped up to be. I'm still to have a conversation where someone convinces me with real facts why Declan Rice is better than Jordan Henderson. Like, I'm not joking.
We're gonna do
bro.
this again,
I'm
Drift.
not joking, bro. Somebody's still got to sit me down and actually give me facts, not their feelings and made up bullshit and delusion. Give me facts as to why Declan Rice is better than Jordan Henderson. But apart from those buzzwords that like to fly around because of talent, because Caicedo was a more talented midfielder for me than Szoboszlai. I guess a DM and an attacking midfielder is a bit harsh to judge anyway because they are two totally different styles of player. And then I'm trying to think like Rodri, if he can recover from his ACL and get back to where he was, no doubt Rodri's a better midfielder than Szoboszlai. That's not even a conversation either. We just got to be honest with ourselves. I mean, who else is there, bro? Like, let's even just think of a few names of players. Like, who would you put in that top 10 midfielders in the Premier League? Like, who would go in that list?
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. We can't say Szoboszlai is better than Bruno Fernandes.
I mean, I hate the guy. He's an absolute prick. But brother, the guy creates 4 chances a game on average.
No, bro. Above, you know how much I despise Man United. Yeah. We can't sit here and say Szoboszlai is better than Bruno.
Yeah, 100%.
In form, we can, and this season, but we can't say in general. We can't. Like, you can hate on Bruno all you want. Look what he's done at Man United for the last, like, however many years. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, nope, Zubimendi's not better than Szoboszlai. No chance. No chance. There's no way. No way. Tonali,
you know what?
Tonali's a conversation.
Tonali's a conversation.
I'm willing to concede Tonali.
Zubimendi has surprised me. I thought he would struggle a bit with the pace of the Premier League. He hasn't.
No, he's a good player. Zubimendi's but he's not better than Szoboszlai.
Again, it's touch and go. Yeah, but
would you swap Szoboszlai for Zubimendi tomorrow?
No. I'll play Zubimendi with Szoboszlai. How about that?
Yeah, but you wouldn't swap him for him, would you?
I don't think I would swap him at this minute. No. Not for me. Not for me. So, I also want to show everyone this because I think it's really important, this. And I'm looking at the stats right here. If you look at all the stats, 74th percentile in Jules 1 percentage, which is very, very good for a central midfielder. Bearing in mind, he's also played at a right back as well. Possession 1 is obviously the standout one, which is central midfielder with 36th percentile, but the progressive carries 82nd percentile, forward pass completed 86th percentile, forward pass completion 80th percentile, key passes 63rd percentile, progressive passes completed 88th percentile. And if you compare it to someone like a Declan Rice, who people say is the best central midfielder in the Premier League, obviously Jules 1 is less than Szoboszlai. Possession 1 is less than Szoboszlai. I think that's the case. Yeah, 36-30. Progressive carries, he's the highest, but we all know as a ball carrier, he is very, very good at carrying the ball from box to box. Forward pass completed is lower than Szoboszlai. Forward pass completion is lower than Szoboszlai. Key passes is higher, but then again, with someone like a Gabriel in your team who's very good and dominant in corners kick routines, where our defenders, and even you, Drift, has said it yourself, you kind of criticize Ibu Konate and Virgil for not being dominant in the air. In
the opposition box. Yeah, those two should definitely score more goals than they do, based on their talent, for sure.
Yeah. The key passes there, 78th percentile. Progressive pass completed, 86th percentile. If you compare it to Szoboszlai, Szoboszlai almost beats him in more or less every aspect of the central midfield role, barring key passes and ball carrying.
And ball carrying this season is definitely going to be affected by him playing right back so much as well. You're right. Because he would have done way less ball carrying at right back than he would have done if he was in midfield. So, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I mean, the simple fact that he's won more possession than Rice is a bit mad, isn't it? When you actually think about it. I thought Declan Rice was this all-conquering, combative midfielder. Why has he lost? Why has Szoboszlai won more possession than he has? And why has he got better duel percentage than Rice? If Rice is this all-combative... Remember, generational is what I've been told. Revolutionized midfield. Yeah. I've been told Declan Rice revolutionized midfield. Ram, have you ever heard a bigger crock of shit in your life than Declan Rice has revolutionized midfield?
No. And this is a point as well. But Rice ball carrying count for nothing because all he does is pass it sideways afterwards. That's a fair
That's
point.
true as well. That's true as well.
That's a fair point.
And this
That's
isn't me saying that Declan Rice ain't a good player, because he's clearly a good player.
Mm.
But my word, has the exaggeration just... And again, I always say this, because Arsenal have been crap for 22 years, their only way to ever be involved in the conversation is that their players are in with the others. You know, like, if we can't win anything, we got the best right winger, we got the best centre back, we got the best goalie. You know what I mean? That's their only way to get involved in the conversation. So they've manipulated and pushed and egged up themselves in conversations they have no business being a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And to tell me that Declan Rice is revolutionary is insulting to my intelligence, bro. What's he revolutionized? Again, tell me what he's better than Jordan Henderson at.
He can play centre back.
Hey, I even saw Jordan Henderson do that when we lost Van Dijk. But real talk, do you know what I'm saying?
Set pieces, Drift. I guess set pieces.
Okay. Because he's good at corners. Fair enough.
Oh my God, I literally gave you one thing he's better than Jordan.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I didn't really ever see Henderson take corners. So,
that's also true. Cool. When you have Coutinho on your team, you kind of like...
you got Trent and Robbo. There was no need for Henderson to take corners. But all right, fair enough. He's better at taking corners than Henderson. I'll concede to that. I don't think he's a better passer than Henderson. I don't think he's a better ball carrier than Henderson. I think Henderson had a better cross on him.
I think that's, I think the passing range. I think the passing range. I think slightly Jordan may be a little bit better.
But people sleep on Henderson's passing range. You know, his passing range is very good. You know.
Hey, YNWA, bro. The Trivela pass to Salah at Old Trafford.
I'm saying people sleep on Hendo's.
Yeah, man.
Because Henderson's aesthetics were like unconventional. Remember that time when Fergie took the piss and said, I can't even watch Henderson run because he runs awkward. And then everybody just like ran with this rhetoric that because he was aesthetically not that good to look at, that it meant that he wasn't a good player. Jordan Henderson is slept on for a lot of his attributes in football, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if people disagree, that's fine. But Declan Rice is not better at Henderson than a lot of things. And yet, apparently, he's like this revolutionary midfielder. Like, what are we doing?
Promo says it here.
Honestly, what are we doing?
He says it here. Rice is an athletic monster who can carry the ball well into space and has a magnificent cross on him. Everything else technically is not standard. Is standard, nothing special. That's a fair point. That is a really good point. Like,
do you know the crazy thing, Promo? I don't even think his crossing is magnificent in open play. I just think because he's become great at set plays, that people are construing that. It's a lot different to run and cross the ball when you're running, you know. It's a lot different. And I don't see Rice whipping in amazing crosses. So magnificent, Promo, with all due respect, I think that's going way overboard. Maybe he might be good at it, but not magnificent. Trent, Beckham, those guys were magnificent at crossing. Rice is not magnificent at crossing.
Drift, you're talking about the greatest crosses of all time.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Verbiage is important because magnificent. Is there even a word in the dictionary higher than magnificent? I don't even know.
Not
like
quite.
Magnificent is one of the top tier compliments you can give to something. So he's not magnificent at it. Well, anyway, this is just my opinion. He might be good at it. Maybe he's even great at it, but he's not magnificent at it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Big up Esky, man. Big up the GOAT, Drifty and Ram. The Drift, the GOAT and Ram show.
Again, it's just all opinions. You know what I'm saying? Big up yourself, bro. Like,
big up Promo.
Again, I just think like, and I've got the proof of Hendo. If anyone wants to have that conversation with me, because I've seen the Hendo shuffle. And you know what? The Hendo shuffle wasn't even like a passenger thing. He got player of the year we won the league. The year we won the league, Henderson got player of the year.
Right, yeah.
Like, he weren't no passenger in our team.
Let's not remember. Can we remember 1920, Brighton away, shuffles, and then slaps it bottom bins into the far corner outside of the box?
18-19, Barcelona, the 4-0, the legendary game. Henderson was out on his feet, but he played on, but he collapsed at full time.
I'll say this,
those type of things, like crazy.
I'll say this, Rice hasn't scored a better goal than Henderson has, because Henderson scored that banger against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. 16, 17.
Henderson's got quite a few back, but he's
got a catalogue of goals, man. He's got
AC Milan. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, the little bit of the grass cut, a little bit of a grass cut
against AC Milan, bro, from the corner.
Was,
do you remember the goal against Man City back in maybe 16,
the finesse plus
17 or 15, 16? Do you remember?
Yeah,
he received the ball, we're about to go turn, put it out of his feet, bang, rocket, top bins, Anfield, bro, rolled in, bro. Listen, don't get me started on Hendo, bro.
We need to fight back. We need to fight back. We have to fight back.
So this is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? You're not promo. Big up, Spot Magnificent with very well.
Promo. Semantics.
Declan Rice can cross very well. Boom, that's perfect. Now I'm on board. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm on board.
Big up, Z-Mac. Verts having a great season, I hear. Well, Noni Madueke got more goals in the system. Flow boy for his club. I will say this, Z-Mac. That is categorically untrue because Flo has got 14 GA this season, whilst Noni's got 9.
And you know what? You see Madueke, Ram, yeah? I'll be honest with you. I can admit when I'm wrong.
Big up, Z-Mac.
Madueke, I mean, the thing is, I used to argue against Matt anyway because Matt used to have like his Madueke agenda, which he admits to, right? And I used to defend Madueke because I didn't think Madueke was as bad as Matt used to say. But I still didn't think he was anything. Madueke is a lot better of a player than I thought he was. I'm not going to lie. His move to Arsenal has shown me his end product might not be the greatest, and I can understand how frustrating he is from an end product point of view. But Ram, I'm not going to lie. Madueke is better than people give him credit for, though. You know,
he's a decent option off the bench. He's a
very easy target to put down, in my opinion. But when I watch him, Ram, you're actually going to laugh when I say this, yeah? I would rather Arsenal played Saka than Madueke when we played him because I feel like Madueke has more of that one-on-one threat. I actually get worried he's going to get past the fullback and like something could come of it. Whereas I know what Saka's going to do. He's going to cut inside and try and shoot. He's a one-trick pony. I don't care what anybody says. And again, maybe Saka is better than my estimation, but he's still not this player everybody said he is. I'm not going to lie to you. I am more worried about Madueke than Saka when we play Arsenal. Because I think it's so easy to know what Saka's going to do. Cut inside, shoot. That is it. That's all he's got. But he don't even cut inside and pass. Cut inside, shoot. Cut inside, shoot. Tell me I'm wrong. What else does Saka do apart from cut inside and shoot? At least Madueke goes both ways. Madueke takes his player to the byline. He does cut. Madueke is way more unpredictable. He's quicker. His ability to take a player on is better. I'm actually more worried when we're playing against Madueke than I am when we're playing against Saka.
I'm not.
It is what it is.
I'll say this, Drift. I'm not worried about either. I saw Kirk's pocket both of them as well, man. You know what I mean? So
Madueke is better than Gakpo as a winger.
Yeah, he is. He's more of a winger than a
winger.
Bro, Gakpo, he's more of a winger than he's more of an actual winger than Gakpo.
100%.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
If Madueke was right-footed, I would swap Madueke for Gakpo. Honestly, 100%. I would. If Arsenal said they wanted to do a swap, Madueke, I think Gakpo's a better footballer than Madueke, but Madueke is a better winger. So if Madueke was right-footed and Arsenal said, "Do you want to swap for Gakpo?" Ram, I'd say yes.
Yeah,
genuinely, I would do it because I think that Madueke is a much better winger than Gakpo is. He's dangerous. If he can just tweak his end product, he'll really become a dangerous player, Madueke. You know, if he can just tweak his end product, if he can work on his end product, because he goes in the same category for me with Doku. It's just about the end product, the decision he makes after he does the hard part. Madueke gets past his man and then he makes the wrong decision. Doku gets past his man and then he makes the wrong decision. They're both young though. If I'm not mistaken, Madueke's 22, Doku's 23. They're still very young players. If they just tweak their end product, they will become so much more dangerous. So much more dangerous. And I'm not going to lie, I don't really want to be in the league. I don't want them to be in the league playing for the opposition if they do. Because Doku and Madueke with better decision-making will be dangerous as hell, bro.
Yeah, it'll be a problem.
I hope they never learn how to change their decision-making. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it could be a problem for everyone else. It can. Yeah, both of those tech players have got supreme talent for wingers. Just got to make the right decision. So, I think Madueke is definitely proved me wrong on how I felt about him in his move to Arsenal. He's way better at Arsenal than he did at Chelsea. Way better.
Big up Emil as well. He says last season was Saka's first big injury of his career. I'm thinking his biggest injury, his biggest injury of his career. He might be struggling to adapt. Yeah.
No, that's fair for this season. That is fair for this season. But I don't think Saka's ever been as good as anyone said he is. No, I know Matt doesn't rate Madueke. It's one of those.
Don't lie to me. That can't be true. That can't be true. That can't be true.
I think Promo just trolling. Promo just trolling.
Hey, each their own.
Unless Madueke admitted that or something, because Ben White came out and said he don't actually like football; it's just a job.
Yeah, that's
players admit these things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I won't be surprised if he says that though, because some players have said that. I don't think
Madueke would be stupid enough to admit that. Like, I don't think he'd be not in public anyway. Maybe around his mandem, but I don't think he would say that in public. I know that would be crazy if he did. Promo's got to be trolling. He's got to be trolling.
Got to be trolling there, man. Got to be trolling. But Drifty, last thing before we head to people, I said 45 minutes. It's already been an hour. I'm sorry, Drifty. Sorry.
No. I've been getting carried away as well, bro.
Big up everyone in the chat. 111 people in the chat on 66 likes. Please get it. Let's get up to 75. 75 likes at minimum, people. Let's get this up there as much as possible as well. Drifty, last question of the day of the stream. What is our chances in the FA Cup, and who do you fear going up against in the upcoming rounds?
I don't fear anybody, but who I would be wary of has a lot of agenda behind it. So I never, ever want to lose a game to Arsenal. So I don't want to play Arsenal.
Sure.
Can we beat them? Of course we can. But I don't want the stress that comes with my hatred. Chelsea are a cup team. And you just never know. You just never know. And if Cole Palmer starts getting form, it'll be just our luck. We get Chelsea when he's back and he's in form, and the game could be at Stamford Bridge. And we don't have the greatest Stamford Bridge record either, do we? If we're being honest.
Talk about in form, Drift. Pedro Neto scored a hat-trick the other day.
Yeah, he did. He did. And Pedri, my guy Pedri, is in form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would want to avoid Chelsea if possible. And
I'm guessing City's in there as well.
Stylistically, I guess Man City you just never know, innit? You just never know. But yeah, I don't fear anybody, but yeah, for those reasons. Oh, he was dating Ruby Rose. That's insane.
I don't know if he was dating her, but there were links.
You know what? I'm not even going to lie. If I could give one bit of advice to these young bucks, and this is with no disrespect to any of these beautiful young females, yeah. But where they are in their world and what they want is a distraction no footballer needs or should bring on themselves. You don't want a party girl for your girlfriend. You don't want a video vixen for your girlfriend. You don't want a girl who's just constantly getting attention when you're away from home as much as you are, and she's got all that free time on her hands. I'm sorry. It's just a recipe for disaster. So I would suggest you get yourself somebody who's more a homebody, who, you know what I mean? Like, you do not want to be away at, like, in Barcelona, and you know that your girl is partying in Miami. You don't need that stress, bro. You don't need that stress, man. You just don't. You don't need that stress.
Yeah, so, man.
If you want your career to be, if you want to concentrate on your career, then just get yourself a nice, wholesome homebody. You know what I mean? Not one of these party animals. I'm telling you, you're just going to argue all the time. It's just going to be weird.
Yeah, man. He said it right here. He said this as well, Drift. Facts. It's stressful. It's stressful, man.
Very stressful.
Obviously, there's been a couple of really good, really shocking results, actually. Biggest one of all, Mansfield Town beating Burnley this week, which was quite a surprise.
Burnley, man.
Yeah, Burnley, man. It's not looking good for them at all, man. It's not looking good for them at all. But it looks like majority of the teams that's left in the FA Cup is Premier League teams, Drift. West Ham are through, City are through, Newcastle are through, Liverpool are through, Arsenal are through, Chelsea are through, Wolves are through, Sunderland are through, Fulham are through. It looks like it's going to be a most likely a Premier League team. Premier League team we're going to face, which is not
What's
going to
new,
make
man?
it
We get
easier.
Premier League teams all the time anyway.
That's
We got
also
a Premier
very
League
true.
team in the first round of the League Cup.
That's
And then
also
we got
very
bloody
true.
Brighton in the second round of the FA Cup. So we're getting Premier League teams anyway, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
So yeah. But let's hope it's one of those Premier League teams that's like a less stressful game, innit? Like, with all due respect, like a mid-table to bottom of the, you know, like a relegation team where like they can't really concentrate on the game because they've got the priorities of staying in the league. So they're gonna, like, a little bit like Brighton. Like, Brighton fielded a quite weak team compared to what their Premier League team would be, because I know they're thinking about their Premier League survival. Do you know what I mean? Which is way more important than going on an FA Cup run for them right now. They got to make sure they don't get dragged in, because Brighton, I'm not gonna lie, their manager's under a lot of pressure. But they've have you seen how bad they're strict? They haven't won a game for like 6 or 7 games or something like that. They could easily get dragged down. You know what I mean? I don't think they'll get relegated, obviously, but their league form is a worry.
They've, in their last 7 games, their last 6 games, they've drawn 3 and lost 3.
Yeah, that's really poor form.
That's horrible, man. That's
really
horrible
poor
form.
You know what I'm saying?
That is horrible form. Big up Esky as well, bro. Have a good week, boys. Big up yourselves, Ram. I didn't realize I was subscribed. So have now. Big up Esky. I appreciate that. At least you have subscribed now, bro. As of yet, and as I said this, people do subscribe to the channel as well. On the road to 1K subscribers. I'm currently on 847 subscribers. So if we can get it to a minimum of 850 by the end of the night, I'll be very, very, very much grateful as well, man. I'll be very, very much grateful. Also, I don't know if you saw that drift, the non-penalty versus Villa.
For who?
It was for Newcastle.
Oh, you mean the terrible decision in the game?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it. Everyone's saying it was like a really, really bad, corruption level decision.
I say this, yeah. The referee is lucky that Tonali scored that goal, because they scored their goal directly off that free kick. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah,
so
I get it.
The referee is lucky that Tonali scored that goal. If he didn't, there would have been hell to pay. There would have been hell to pay. Yeah. It was bad. Imagine getting a handball call and the guy was in his penalty area and you call it for a free kick.
Oh shit! One of those ones. Okay.
Yeah,
he was doing an Odegaard. He was slam dunking the funk in the box and it wasn't given.
No, it was. He gave a foul, but he gave a free kick, not a penalty.
How far into the box was it? Was it like unbelievably obvious? Like how do you even come?
It was he like as in like he was in the box. Like it wasn't like
let me
on
watch
the edge.
it now. I'm curious. I need to go see it now. Let me go and watch it.
I think I've got a still image of it. Penalty, non-penalty, Aston Villa, Newcastle. Like it was bad, bro. It was very, very bad. Here it is. I've got it here.
Hold on, let me come back to the screen 1 second. There we go. So, who's the one handball in it?
It was Digne, this player right here.
I can't see a mouse, you know. So, is it the guy on the edge of the box, though? I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah. Hang on, let me zoom in a little bit further. Oh, that don't help at all. Hang on, give me 1 sec. I'm actually give me 1 sec. I'm gonna do this.
The only thing that's a little bit strange about this situation being so like bad in terms of if it was like so obvious, if he was being biased, the referee, why would he have helped Newcastle by sending the Villa player off? If you get what I mean, that's the only thing that makes it a little bit like. Is it just he's a crap referee more so than he was cheating? Because he wouldn't have sent the Villa player off if he was trying to cheat. Do you get what I mean? Because once you send the Villa player off, you obviously know the chances of them of winning massively decrease, innit? So like that's the only thing that makes me think that if he was being like on a scandal thing, I don't think he would have sent the Villa player off. But again, that's just me.
Hang on. For some reason, it's not going to let me do it. I'm going to get it on X, and surely someone on X
Let me just put Villa versus Newcastle in the YouTube search and see, because it must show it, right?
Yeah, they'll definitely show it. They'll definitely
Was
show
it the
it.
equalising goal for Newcastle?
It was the equalizing goal.
Okay.
Why is it not come up, man? I thought everyone would be all over it.
Ooh, that Digne tackle on Murphy. Bloody hell.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, that's a naughty one. He could have got a red card for that. Bloody hell. How did Digne stay on the pitch for that tackle on Murphy? Have you seen that tackle that Digne did on Murphy, bro? Jesus.
I've seen it. Also, Aston Villa, they should have, their first goal should have been offside. They didn't call it for offside, but it should have been offside.
Yeah, it just felt like bare commotion.
Mm-hmm.
Why are these highlights? Why have Newcastle not put the score up on the highlights? That was stupid.
Drift.
I don't know
what
point I am.
I've got it here. Finally, after literally searching around, I've finally got the damn thing. Here it is. This one right here.
I'm watching it in live action now.
That's what I'm saying, man. And it comes back to the old saying, it feels as though the referee's relying on technology at this point. I was actually at my sister's house.
Yeah.
Her in-laws were
there. Do you know what though, Graham? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though I can understand where you lot are coming from in terms of how terrible the decision was once you've given the decision, I also live in a world there where I think it's crazy that those are given as free kicks now. If you get what I mean, like I know he's gone like is that handball? He's not even looking.
Look at where his arm is, though, Drift.
Yeah, but why have we let them convince us that this rule makes any sense, though, bruv?
Drifty,
if you're jumping, that is a natural position to jump. Have you ever tried to jump with your arm? Like his arm isn't out. What it's up by his face, but like for me, that's not a penalty. I'm not even gonna lie. I agree that if you're gonna give it as a penalty, it's wild that he said it was outside the box and he's blatantly like 2 yards inside the box. But I don't think that that's a penalty. If that was given against Liverpool, I'd be livid, bro.
Nah, you can't put your hands up like that, Drift. You can't put it like this.
He just jumped like that.
But it hits his elbow.
Like that, bro. Like it's not like he had his arm. Like I don't know, man. I don't know.
Bro, but just take the ball to the head, bro. I swear. It weren't none of them meter balls that we used to deal with back in the day, bro. I swear to God, these footballs are less.
I think there might be a pause in there somewhere still. I'm not even gonna lie.
That is a pause. That is a big pause. But I don't care. Just take the football to the head, bro. Like, come on. The ball ain't a meter ball no more. We don't deal with the meter balls. If anyone knows about the meter balls, big up your damn self. Because I used to be scared of heading the balls. Pause.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Liverpool 64 saying he had to send the goalie off because it was so obvious. I guess, yeah, maybe it would have been one of them ones. If he didn't, it would have been even more like he was doing the corruption thing for real. I'm not gonna lie, Digne should have got sent off for that tackle that he did on Murphy. Bloody hell, you see that tackle on Murphy? How the hell did he get away with that tackle?
Yeah, Adam says it as well. Villa should have gotten 3 red cards. Newcastle also rubbed with 3 pens. Yeah, I watched the highlights as well, and it goes back to this because I was at my sister's, and her father-in-law was saying that the referees are looking. It looks like the referees are so reliant on technology that they make such bad decisions, hoping that the technology can save their skins, and it showed today.
Them out basically, yeah.
It showed today, man. It showed today, and
you know what, bro? Here's the crazy thing. This is the crazy thing about life. I can't even necessarily be that mad at them if that's the case, even though I can at the same time because it's your job. Everybody's lazy in life now because of technology, bro. I do not remember the last time I read a road sign. Because technically, I could get where I'm going by reading road signs, right? But what do? I put it in the sat nav and I follow the map. Because it's easy. I use technology. Bro, I could not tell you the last time I read a roadmap.
Bro, that don't mean that. I'm not having that. No, I'm not having that, Drift. That don't mean you have to be bad at your job, bro. Like, come on.
No, but what I'm saying is we've all become reliant on technology. It's really easy in this day and age to become reliant. So I agree with you that it isn't an excuse when it's like your job. I get that. But we've all become reliant on technology, haven't we? Like we have. We've all become reliant on technology. in somewhere or another. So I guess naturally, if you give a referee technology, they're going to naturally start relying on it. Do you get what I mean? Because it's there. I'm not giving them excuses because I hate how bad these referees are. I'm just saying it is human nature.
He was,
to
but
get
Drift.
used
He
to
was
technology.
a Prem ref. That was a Premier League ref. It weren't a Championship level ref. He referees Premier League matches, and that's the worry. And you know, the linesman as well. I'm sorry. Okay, the referee makes the mistake, but what is the linesman doing? Like, what is his job? Is it just to look for offside?
How did but for real, the linesman is literally right there. How did he not know that was in the penalty area?
I swear, these man.
Have they showed ref cam for you to know whether to show he had the view or not?
They haven't, but he would have been far away because he's not in the picture, Drift. He's not in the picture at all.
No, fair enough.
So yeah. But yeah, that's the state of referees. Big up Emil, big up Emil Heskey as well. Ram said, just take the concussion now. Worry about the dementia when you retire. Oh, Emil.
You know what's crazy though, Emil? From recent studies, what they've actually discovered is that the leading cause of dementia is one of two things: when your brain gets lazy because you don't read and take in new information. So as we get older, we stop taking in new information. So if your brain's not learning, then something happens to the brain where it gets lazy. And the other thing is a lack of sleep. So those are actually the two main causes for dementia from what the studies are showing. So keep learning and don't let your brain get lazy and get sleep. Those are the key components. A lot of people really underestimate sleep badly. I think we all do it as humans, right? I think we all underestimate how important it is to get sleep. I knew Imran was going to make a joke.
Had to. Put it, yeah. Big up Imran.
Oh man.
It does help. It does help.
Don't. This is why I lecture my brother Cow about it. And obviously, like, I understand because he's got little ones, but like he gets like 3 hours sleep a night.
That's
bad.
Like
it's like, bro, like I totally understand. Obviously, you've got the young ones, and it will get better as they get older for sure. But I don't want to hear that my brother's just collapsed one day because he's so fatigued and exhausted. You know what I mean? So it's like,
well, I don't want it to be a case as when we get older, like Cal looks at us and just like, who are you?
You know what I mean? And obviously, like I know I've got a lot of friends, and like I don't even want to get all lectury with them now, and I don't exactly get the greatest amount of sleep myself, but I will always try and get 5 hours, at least 5 hours. Do you know what I mean? But when I'm hearing some of my friends say they only get 2-3 hours a night, I'm like, bro, it can't run no more, man. We're not teenagers anymore. You know what I mean? That doesn't run, man. Your brain, not even just your brain, your heart, your kidneys, your liver, your body didn't even get a chance to heal itself during the night. You've pretty much just gone 48 hours. If you get 2 or 3 hours sleep, you've just gone 48 hours with no rest. You know what I mean? Let's be real. You've literally just gone 40 hours. When did your liver get a chance to rest? When did your heart get a chance to rest? Well, you know what I mean? All these things, like your brain, even your eyesight. If your eyes are open for 46 out of 48 hours, even your eyes aren't getting a rest, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man.
Makes sense.
As you get older, you start realizing sleep is literally one of the most important things in the world. So
yeah,
just try your best to get a good night's sleep. You know what I mean? It ain't always easy. I understand it ain't always, but at least try and do it like twice a week. There's 7 days in a week, right? At least twice a week, try and get 7 or 8 hours night sleep. At least twice. It can't just be Monday to Friday and weekends, 2-3 hours sleep, 2-3 hours sleep, 2-3 hours sleep. You're just running yourself into the ground. You know what I mean? Literally. And I've seen dementia up close. My uncle's wife, he got remarried and his wife got dementia, and the poor woman, if you see the difference in a person who's got dementia, and then my uncle after her got it, and like I'd have conversations with him and he'd just keep repeating himself. And the poor man doesn't even know he's repeating himself because he doesn't even remember that he said it before. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a horrible thing to watch someone, especially someone you're close to, get dementia. Dementia is really hard to watch.
It's horrible when you see because I've experienced it firsthand as well. My great aunt, is when they see someone they don't recognize, and then when they realize who they are, and the face that the face that they usually do is it hurts, and they start crying because they realize, oh my god, how have I forgotten this person? It hurts. It cuts deep.
Yeah.
It cuts real deep, real deep, man.
100%.
But yeah, man. If anything, if you get a bad night's sleep, bro, naps, just power naps or anything like that, an hour's nap just to get your body to reset itself, man. Just do.
Ram, what did you asked me to do this stream around 7, I think. Was it something like that?
Yeah.
Since then, I've had a nap. I've had a nap, bro. I'm not joking, bro. I think it was for about 45 minutes. I had a nap.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, napping is the one. I used to, like, when I was young, I was in my 20s. I was like, nap. Like, come on, man. What kind of old man shit is that, bro? You get into your 30s. Oh, a nap is your best friend.
You know what? I can never nap.
Is your best friend, bro.
I can never nap. I can never nap.
Yeah, because you're still in your 20s. That's what I'm saying, brother. You're still in the existence of nap. That's for old people, bro.
No, but even
you're gonna enjoy napping, bro. I'm telling you, trust me.
Even when I try to nap, I can't nap. It's either I sleep or I don't sleep. You know,
I know. I get it. Your testosterone is at full steam. Your energy levels are high. You're still at that age where you're technically naturally healthy. Like, you can eat a Cinnabon and not even, you know what I mean? Like, not even, I don't need to burn this off. My body naturally burns it off. I'm in my 20s, like, it is what it is. Bro, I'm telling you. See, once you get 30 and older, bro,
man,
you're going to start appreciating them naps, bro. I'm telling you. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, they see Drifty was, I even made a banner.
Imran knows, bro. Falling asleep with the missus on the sofa, that is a regular thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a regular thing, so.
Yeah, man. But that's the thing. I even made a banner for him, man. I even made a banner. Drifty's words of wisdom. All the people out there, man. All the people out there.
I do my best.
I appreciate every single one of you that's in the chat right now. Currently, we are on 103 people in the chat right now. Let's get the video up to at least 75 likes, people. We're on 72 right now. Get up to 75 likes as much as possible. Drifty, big up your damn self, bro. I appreciate you being here, bro. Anything coming up on the channel? Anything soon?
Not before tomorrow's Monday show. No, not before tomorrow's Monday show. You know, just a little word of wisdom for Mr. T. Big up Mr. T, because I get where he's coming from. He's like, yeah, but when I have a nap, I can't get back to sleep at nighttime. I totally hear that. And I make that mistake sometimes myself. I hear that. Bro, the key is that you have to nap early. You can't nap close to bedtime. So, like, because I had that nap earlier, Ram, I know I'm going to be up till about 2, 3 in the morning tonight. I know I will, because I had that nap. That was my mistake. That nap was an accident. I wasn't meant to have that nap, because really what I was supposed to do is fight the sleep. And as soon as we finish this stream now, bang, I'm out. Lights out. You get what I'm saying? I made the mistake. It was an accidental nap. I was watching the overlap. I was watching the Postecoglou.
Postecoglou,
I was watching the Postecoglou, and I fell asleep, bro. I wasn't meant to. And I woke up and the episode was still on. That's how quick the nap was. It was on there, and that's how I woke up and the episode was still on. So I didn't even sleep past the episode. But yeah, that nap. So I might struggle to get to sleep tonight now, for real, because I had that nap too close to bedtime. But yeah, if you're gonna have that nap, it's got to be like in the middle of the day. It can't be already evening time. Just try and fight it for a few more hours and then just go to sleep. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
man.
But big up,
exactly. Man. Big up Mr. T as well. Big up everyone that's in the chat. Big up Imran as well. Big up Bizzle. Big up Benjamin as well. Appreciate everyone that's in here, man. I really do appreciate everyone. We're gonna leave it here. If you haven't already, subscribe to Drifty TV. Doing out great content as well. Next week is going to be obviously every Friday, the gaming stream. If you haven't known about it, where have you been the last 5 weeks, man? Well, have you been living under a rock?
We've been having plenty gaming fun.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? We've still got a few more avenues to explore in terms of these cross-platform games. So it's going to be good, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Things are in the pipeline as well, and we will, and I guarantee this, we will be doing the Call of Duty Zombies thing as soon as possible. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, people. So stay tuned for that as well. Big up everyone in the chat. Hope everyone has a blessed evening. Hope everyone has a great rest of the week as well. And we out, people. Appreciate everyone that's here. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. And we out. Big up, everyone.
Peace.
Big up.